Okay, this is for Monday, and we are going to do our geography again because obviously you can't hear it, you can't do it. So we have our map of the 7 continents, so let's see if we can say the 7 continents. South America, North America, Europe, Asia, Africa, Australia, Antarctica. Let's do it again. North America, South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, Australia, Antarctica. One more time. North America, South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, Australia, Antarctica. What did we study last week? Australia, and this is the equator. It's an imaginary line on the globe, so there's not an actual line on the earth, but it is where the sun is the hottest. It's right in the center of our globe, and so they call Australia the land down under. Well, this week we're going to be studying South America. South America is also below the equator, as you can see where the fold line is. It is almost all below the equator, so their seasons are opposite from ours. Because remember, we are in North America. When we go up, it gets colder. When we go down, it gets hotter. But for South America, when they go up, it does not get colder. It gets hotter next to the equator. And when they go down, it gets colder because they're getting close to Antarctica. So everything is opposite for them. So I am going to see if I can hit this little eye right here. All right, wait a minute. Let me do this. Let me shrink up my screen. Oh, I'm not sure if I can. There we go. Shrinking up my screen. And then I will, let's see. There we go. And I will pull up our PowerPoint. Now you should be able to see the PowerPoint. All right, so it says trip to South America. So I gave you your plane tickets. You actually do not need your plane ticket today, but you will need it tomorrow. Today we are just simply going to get ready for the land we're going to explore. And let's look at this map. This is the yellow one where my mouse is wiggly and moving. That's South America. What is this one above it? North America. Good. What is this one down here? Antarctica. What is this one? Australia. What is this one? Africa, Europe, and Asia. Very good. It says let's learn a little bit about where we will be flying today and some of its geography. Geography has to do with how people live and what the land looks like and what the climate is like. It says South America is one of the 7 continents of Earth. It is the 4th largest continent in size and has a total of 13 countries within it. Can you spot the largest country? Well, it's pretty easy because it has the most color, and it's this one right here. And it looks like Brazil, but it's actually pronounced Brazil. And Brazil is one of the countries we're going to be going to. All right, and right here it says if you guessed Brazil, you were right. Brazil takes up almost half of the landmass of the whole continent. So this country right here, Brazil, is almost half of South America. And it is almost as big as the USA. Brazil itself, one country, is almost as big as our United States. That's hard to believe, isn't it? All right, then let's go on. And right here we have the flags. Leon, I know that you like flags. And so I want you to get your book out. And I want you to get Brazil. Since I've already done this, I've already colored it, but we can color it. Where is the flag for Brazil? That's Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil. It's green background, yellow diamond, blue circle with a white stripe. So what we're going to do is we're going to color our flag to match that because we have the Brazil paper out and we have the flag. So pause your video and you can color this, the background green. I did not have a yellow, so I had to use tan for my yellow diamond. That was okay. And then blue. The printer already printed the white stripe. It's kind of black, so you really can't see it. I'm not sure why, but that's how it printed it. So just do the 2 halves of the ball blue and leave that center alone. Okay, so when you get done coloring it, come back and turn your video on. All right, and this one is the one I want to talk about today. This is a climate map, okay? And it tells you what the weather will be over a long period of time. South America has a tropical wet climate with hot temperatures and heavy rainfall. That doesn't mean just for today. If you're talking about climate, you're talking about a long period of time, like for a year. What is the average weather in a year? Well, for South America, the climate is wet and hot because they are very close to the equator, and right on both sides of the equator are called the tropics. And that's where you have a lot of jungles and a lot of humidity. When we lived in Mississippi, we were in the tropic area, and it was very humid. So when you're in Texas, it's like walking out in the summertime. It feels like you've walked out into an oven. It's very dry heat. But when you're in Mississippi, you can have the same temperatures, but it's very wet heat. So immediately you will start sweating. You'll just be covered with sweat. If you have curly hair, your hair gets frizzy. If you leave paper like outside on the porch and you go back out later, it'll be damp. So it's just very wet and humid. And then it says, in the mountains, it is usually around 59 degrees, and in the tropics, it can get up to over 100 degrees. So you really think about in the mountains being very cold and snowy, but not in South America. It's 59 degrees. That's about what it was this morning. So just very mild and muggy, and then 100 degrees with mugginess is pretty miserable. So if you can look at the chart, it shows you where the wet zones are, where the cold zones, right down here, it has one little cold zone. And the dry areas, all of that, well, the legend, that's called the legend on the side, will explain what the colors mean. All right, let's go on. Here is a lady giving the weather. She's given it in Brazil, late June to early July. So she's given a month worth of weather. It will have 0.6 of rainfall, and the high will be 76 degrees. Over here it says 8.2 inches of rainfall and 77 degrees. I remember Mississippi, we used to get about 88 inches of rain per year. It says the majority of South America falls below the equator, which means the seasons are the exact opposite to those in the U.S. and Europe. Summer occurs from December through February. When does our summer happen? Our summer is in July and August, and our winter is in December through February. Their winter occurs from June through August. Winter is typically much more mild than in North America. So whereas we might get down to 0 once or twice and stay in the 30s a lot, they rarely get below the 50s, maybe even the 60s. It's just very mild there in the wintertime. All right, so if we look at our book, this is our book. Let's see how many questions we have. I have circled 1 and 2 because I believe that is all we have covered today. It says, how many countries does South America have? If we go back up, it said it has a total of 13 countries. You see where my mouse is wiggling? 13 countries. And then the thing that was confusing to me is there were 14 flags. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we're going to have to figure out why do they have 13 countries but 14 flags. So if you can figure that out and text me and let me know, that will be interesting, and I will see if I can figure it out and let you know. All right, it says which country is the largest. So which country did we learn was the largest country? It's on this screen right here. What is that big word? It looks like Brazil, but it's pronounced Brazil. You can spell it from the screen, B-R-A-Z-I-L. Brazil. All right, and the next question says, what is the name of the largest rainforest in South America? Have we talked about rainforest yet? No, we have not gotten to rainforest yet. All right, so I want you to go to this page. And it says South America facts. It has countries, animals, food, clothing, games, and my favorite part. Well, the first thing we're going to look at is the one that says countries. And I want you to put a 13 down. Because we know, we might find out some more about the countries, but we know it has 13 countries. So that is a fact that we know. We're going to write it down. The rest of the book we have not gotten to yet, so we're not going to be doing it just yet. But tomorrow, let's look and see what it says. Now let's fly to South America and take a look at all the amazing sights. Buckle up. So tomorrow you're going to need your comfy chair and your drink, a little snack, and you need your plane ticket, okay? I sent y'all home plane ticket, so we'll be riding the plane tomorrow. All right, that's all we have for South America today. So I am going to hit stop recording and say goodbye.